Good morning, students. Welcome to our class From Home to Home. Today's lesson is the second part of the lesson. Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. First of all, we will learn the meaning of some words which were there in the lesson. First one is amazed. Amazed means greatly surprised. Then comes imagination. Imagination is the ability of mind to be creative. Like in the picture you see that there is a boy, he is reading a book. In the book there is some description of a creature that he imagines in his mind. You can see some dragon sort of creature and he is blowing fire. So it is his imagination. Then comes frightened. Frightened means afraid. Chased means pursue in order to chase. किसी का पीछा करना. Savage. Savage are the wild people, violent in nature or which cannot be controlled. Savages. Next one is wandered, which means move aimlessly. Next is protection. It is to safeguard or to keep safe. Investigate. Here in the picture you can see one detective holding a magnifying glass. It means she is doing out some investigation. It is so investigate is systematic inquiry to discover fact. Then we have bolder, means courageous. Inhabited means occupied. And then comes mainland. Mainland is a large area. Here you can see the map of Japan. Japan is an archipelago. So here you can see one big island, then you see many small islands. So the one big island will be called mainland here, and those small islands will be the part of this main island. So this main island will be called mainland. Main island is going to be called mainland. Now we are going to do some questions and answers. First one is, what made Robinson Crusoe think that the print on the ground was a footprint? So the answer is, the footprint was exactly the print of a foot with toes, heel and every part of a foot. This made Robinson Crusoe think that the print on the ground was a footprint. Next is, why was Robinson afraid when he looked at the bushes and trees? Answer is, Robinson was afraid to look at the bushes and trees because he mistook every bush and tree to be a man. Next is, why did Robinson pray when he saw the footprint? So the answer is, when Robinson saw the footprint, he got very scared and started praying for his protection. You have to choose the correct answer among the choices. Question is, Robinson ran back to his home as fast as he could because he was racing, he was afraid, or he was in a hurry to go home. So the answer is the B choice, that is, he was afraid. Next is, he could not sleep because there was an animal outside his cave, or he thought savages had come from the mainland, or his bed was uncomfortable. So the answer is B. He thought savages had come from the mainland. Next is, why was Robinson Crusoe sure that it was not his footprint? It didn't look like a human footprint, or it looked smaller than his, or he had not come to this part of the beach in a long time. So answer is going to be the C one. He had not come to this part of the beach in a long time. Next is, where was Robinson Crusoe? He was on a boat or in a town or alone on an island or on an aeroplane. So answer is, he was alone on an island. How could you feel if you saw unknown footprints outside your front door? So this is your answer. You have to think about it and write something on your own. But for your convenience, I have written something that you might think. So according to me, I would feel very excited to see unknown footprints outside my front door. I would have told my elder sister about it or my siblings and then started finding some clues about it. This also you have to do on your own. If you were alone at home and suddenly someone knocked at your door, what would you do? So for your convenience, I have written something for you. If I were alone at home and suddenly someone knocked at my door, I would first ask who was on the door and then only would I open it. So here in this exercise, you have to unjumble the jumbled up sentences and write them in correct order. First sentence is, alone was not Robinson on an island. So the answer is going to be, Robinson was not alone on an island. Next is, was island the inhabited? So answer is going to be, the island was inhabited. Footprints to someone this belonged. Answer is, this footprint belonged to someone. Next is, I around me looked. Very easy one. I looked around me. Next is, I went towards footprint large. Answer is, I went towards the large footprint. Was afraid I now. Very easy. Now I was afraid. In this exercise, you are going to fill in the blanks with the words given in the yellow box. The first one is, I was frightened dash curious. So what could you fill in here? I was frightened and curious. I was frightened but curious. I was frightened because curious, or I was frightened so curious. So you can fill two words here. You can fill either and or you can fill but also. Next is, I decided to go to the beach dash. I went along the water's edge. So the right word here is so. I decided to go to the beach, so I went along the water's edge. Next is, I ran fast as I could dash. I was frightened. So the word that you can fill here is because. I ran fast as I could because I was frightened. Next sentence is, I was very tired dash confused. So you can fill I was very tired and confused. Here in this exercise, you have to make one story using the answers to these questions that have been given to you. The first question is, where did you see the footprint? Next is, what sort of a day was it? Did you see them at night? What happened when you followed the footprints? What did you see or what happened then? So you have to write the answers to these questions and then you can make up a story. So start doing it. Use the joining word given below and join the sentences in column A and column B. So you have to join the sentences in column A and column B, and then with the help of a joining word. So you can join these two sentences. I can sing well. I can't dance at all. So you can join these two sentences with the joining word but. The answer is I can sing well, but I can't dance at all. Next one is she wore a raincoat. It was raining. So the answer is she wore a raincoat because it was raining. The joining word here is because. Next one is you can join we may go to Shimla to we may go to Darjeeling. We may go to Shimla or we may go to Darjeeling. You can join these two sentences with the word or. Next is he wanted a book for his birthday. He wanted a football for his birthday. So the answer is he wanted a book and a football for his birthday. You joined these two sentences with the help of and. Next is he missed the school bus. He was late to school. The answer is he missed the school bus, so he was late to school. So you joined these two sentences with the joining word so. Last is I wrote the letter. I forgot to post it. So you can join these two sentences with the help of but. I wrote the letter, but I forgot to post it. Look at the footprint shown here. You have been given the hint here that this is the footprint of a first man on the moon, and his name was Neil Armstrong. This is the picture of Neil Armstrong, and when he first landed on the moon, this is his footprint, the first ever footprint on moon by a man. Next is you have to create a pyramid following the clues. So on top of it you have to write two-letter word which begins with B. So you can write B-E-B. Then you have to write three-letter word which begins with C. You can write C-A-T. Then four-letter word beginning with D. D-O-L-L doll. You can write any other word that you want to write. Four-letter word beginning with D. Next come five-letter word which begins with E. So we wrote E-A-G-L-E, eagle. Next is six-letter word which begins with F. It is facial. You can write any other word that you like to write over here. It must be of six letter and start with F. So in our next exercise, it is a creative writing exercise and you have to do it on your own. You look at the picture and then you make up a story of one paragraph. You see in this picture there are two hunters. They are holding guns and they are observing footprints, and you can see the footprints are going into a cave. There is one cave. You make some observation and then you write a small paragraph with your own words. So this is the end of the lesson. Stay home, stay safe.